Hello guys, so in this video we are now going to talk about multiprocessing, and here again I'll be showing you some practical examples and we'll be showing you how you can also implement multiprocessing techniques in your code while building applications. So let's quickly go ahead and first of all, again, as I would like to ask a question like multiprocessing. First of all, you need to understand what multiprocessing allows you to do. It allows you to create processes. It allows you to create processes that runs in parallel. Okay, so that is the reason we say it as multiprocessing, right? When to use multiprocessing? So there are two reasons. One is CPU bound task. Okay, so let's say that you're doing some kind of task which is computationally very heavy on the CPU itself. It can be a mathematical computation, it can be a data computation, right? There, in those kind of tasks, we can specifically use this multiprocessing, right? So tasks that are heavy on CPU usage, example, mathematical computations or data processing, we can use it over there. Okay, this is one of the reason. The second reason is that, let's say I want to probably go ahead and do parallel execution in such a way that I use all the cores inside my CPU. So there I can actually do processing. So if I want to use multiple cores of the CPU, right? Because in every core, we will be able to execute that particular process. Okay. Now quickly, let's see some example. For this, again, we will be using a library which is called as multiprocessing, like how we used it for multi-threading. Similarly, we have multiprocessing. Then we are going to just go ahead and import time. And let's say I am going to create a function which will be my square underscore numbers. Okay, square underscore numbers. Now inside this, I will just go ahead and write for I in range of 5. Let's say there are 5 elements, and here I'm just going to make it sleep for 1 second. Okay, now let me quickly go ahead and print my f string. So let's say this is my f string. I'll go ahead and write, hey, this is the square, and square is nothing but it will be I multiplied by I. Okay, so this basically becomes my square numbers. Okay, similarly I can go ahead and write my cube numbers, right? So this is my cube numbers. Here I'm actually making the process sleep for 1.5, and here the function that I'm actually creating, it will be sleeping for 1 second. Okay, and here to calculate the cube, it will be I multiplied by I multiplied by I. Okay, now obviously in order to create the two processes, I want to execute both the code in a separate process. Okay, so that is the reason you'll be able to see I will go ahead and create two processes. In order to create the two processes, I will go ahead and first of all create my process one. So in order to clear the process one, it will be multiprocessing dot process. Okay, and here again I will be giving my target, which will be nothing but my square numbers. Okay, then this will be my P2, which will be nothing but multiprocessing dot process. And here I'm going to basically take the target is equal to cube numbers. Okay, so I have actually created two processes which is targeting. So one process will be responsible in executing this code, and the other process will be responsible in executing this code. So this entire program execution will be done by this two specific process. Now again, to start the process, what we really need to do is that start the process. We really need to write p1.start. Okay, and to run the second process, it will be p2.start. Okay, and finally we wait for the process to complete. Before this, we are not going to execute anything. So here I'm just going to say p1.join, and here I'm going to basically say p2.join. Okay, so this is one basic example here, and what I will do, I will also make sure to implement this timer. So I'll say, hey, t is equal to time.now over here. And here I will just go ahead and close my time by just writing finish time, and then we'll try to print it. Okay. Now you may be thinking, Krish, it's almost same. But understand guys, this is not going to get executed like threads. It is going to get executed by process, and both these processes will be having a separate memory. Okay. So once I have written this code, now let me do one thing. Let me just go ahead and create my entry point. I'll go ahead and write if underscore name is equal to underscore main. Okay, and then I will put all this code inside this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and shift and press tab. just a second. Oops. Control Z, and I'll just press tab. So it will be inside this particular main function, right? So here I'll just use this too. This is just to give an entry point, and this is from where my entire execution of the code will start. Okay. Now quickly let's go ahead and run this, and here you'll be able to see that we will be able to run it as a. So I'll just go ahead and write Python multiprocessing.py. So okay, it is giving me an error because I did not write the spelling correctly. So let me just go ahead and write Python. So here you will be able to see, okay, square is equal to 0, cube is equal to 0, square 1, square 4, cube 1, square 9. Everything is basically getting executed. And if you go ahead and see the task manager, here also you'll be able to see, I think these are the Python terminals which is being shown over here, right, with respect to the execution. So this is how you will be able to see over here, and the total time that it probably took was 7.60 seconds. Okay. Now this is just an idea like how you can also run even functions as a process with the help of multiprocessing, and here is what I've actually done. Again, the step is almost same like how do we do with respect to threads, right? But here this will be running as an independent process, and it usually has a different kind of memory and all for this, right? So I hope you were able to understand this. In the upcoming videos, we'll be seeing more amazing examples, more complex examples with respect to multi-threading and multiprocessing. But this is just to get your basic idea how things works. So yes, this was it from my side. I hope you like this particular video. I will see you on the next video. Thank you.